I have a thing where I want to collect things on my way home when I get drunk. Like, if there's loose things around, I want to take them home, okay? Like, there's something very raccoony in me, I guess. I'm like a little raccoon. Once I get drunk, I'm like, whoa, what treat am I going to take, right? So one day, I had woken up to my partner being like, what is this? And I was like, what? And I roll over and I look in our living room and there is, I swear to God, just this, like a bar table, like and not like a light bar, like a bar table, like the steel plate, you know what I mean?
Just circular,
that big heavy metal, like, no, it was rectangular, but it had that huge metal base on it. It was super heavy. It was one of the, if you've ever been to a Hawaii bar in Toronto, it was one of their old bar tables. Anyway, so I had in my head, I don't know, to this day, I honestly do not know how I carried it, because we both lifted it up in the living room and I was like, damn, because I needed an office desk and I refused to pay for furniture. And I guess, and the only thing, and I think what makes me laugh about it is I can picture anybody driving by while I'm carrying, I've got it over one shoulder, just drunk, you know what I mean? So I'm not going in a straight line, just hauling ass home with a table that is, I would say, maybe my weight. I don't know. Somehow I get super strength when I get drunk. So the entire time I was watching Frank the Tank, I was like, damn, like I get this a little bit, not the street, but like that you get locked into I get locked into a mode when I'm drinking sometimes. I think it's about on my 6th drink, something else happens and I'm not mean and I'm not whatever, but I just get really squirrely and I'm like, let's go get something. So that's it. That's the story.
Do you still have the table?
Yes. It's what I've been. So whenever we're on Zoom together, Craig, that's the table. That's the one. I had to pick all the gum off of it and it was perfect.
Oh, God. And that thing ain't going nowhere.
No.
Gotta drink a whole 12-pack to move that shit again.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That's so
True
funny.
story. I beg of you, I beg of everyone listening to this, if you ever go see live comedy and you see a woman do stand-up and you're like, hey, I really liked that. For the love of God, do not go up to her and be like, I normally hate female comics. But you, the shining light, I hate it so much. It's really like that you're not like other women bullshit, which is just a fucking nightmare. Anyway, I had an incident. They're not an incident. Okay, so we talked about this very briefly on the last episode about how sometimes you just need to be a bit of a dick. And normally when I get a bit of that, sometimes I'll excuse it if they move on very quickly. But if you continue to dig your heels in and continue this narrative of like, women aren't funny, you're the exception, I might start poking at you a little bit. Anyway, it wasn't happening to me this time. It was happening right in front of me. One of my friends after a show, first of all, I want you to know that this man first heckled her, then got outside and continued to tell her that, like, oh, you're the greatest I've ever seen. You're like funnier than Tina Fey. No woman is funny like you're funny. But like pawing at her a bit, right? Like being real fucking gross, okay? And just wouldn't stop. And we just kind of like, and I'm standing there and I'm like, yes, okay. Like I'm trying to get him to like move along or whatever. He's like, no, you just don't understand what I'm saying. He just kept saying, he's like, you don't understand. He's like I'm here with my girlfriend. And I was like, you're here with your girlfriend? And he's like, wow, she's mad at me. And I'm like, I can see why. He's like, what do you mean? Like he can't stop. Finally, my friend just goes to the bathroom. She's like, fuck it. I'm going to exit this situation. She goes, do you mind? Like, I'm just going to go to the bathroom. I was like, of course I don't mind. Let me at him. Let me at him. So I'm standing at this table with him and I'm like, okay, I'm going to see how fast I can get him to leave me.
Love it.
And the answer is quite quickly. Because he kept going on. He's like, well, she just doesn't understand. she doesn't understand what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying. And he kept doing this thing like it was important that he was saying it. So I just started to ask him. I was like, oh, well, she heard you. And he's like, you would know, but I don't think she understands. And I was like, well, why does she have to understand? And he goes, well, like she just needs to know. I'm like, no, I don't think she does actually. I think she heard you. And I think she understands. And he goes, well, no, but like I got to explain to her. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm going to stop you right there. Can you explain to me why your opinion matters? I broke this man. I broke this man down. He left his own body in that moment. When I said that, like it was, and I was just, because I was so mad, because somebody had just done this to me, like literally like moments before, being like, I don't normally like female, blah, 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 right? So he's giving me the whole speech. So then for like, literally, and I see this so often, 15 seconds, he tries to explain to me, like, what he's done in his life. And I just go, no. Because he's like, well, one time I did a video, like, and he's just like, I don't know, he's like drunk scrambling as far as conversation goes. And I was like, oh, no, I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you off there. That sounds like it absolutely doesn't matter. I think you maybe need to look in a mirror and ask yourself why your opinion matters. And he left so fucking quick. He was so mad. And if he wasn't pawing at her and just being a total fucking cunt, I wouldn't have done it. But
I fucking love this story, but can I just point out the ruthless efficiency of those three? I know she heard you.
Yeah.
And why does your opinion matter is like honestly cutting.
He was not all right.
Like,
he was so sad.
Like you couldn't get there any faster than those three. Oh man.
I don't think he left with a girlfriend. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I don't think he left that building with a girlfriend. Everybody's like, it's just gonna be a no for me. It's gonna be a no for me tonight.
This is one of my top 3 Rebecca stories.
Oh shit! Yeah, guys, if you want to take that if asking somebody why their opinion matters can really break them down, use it sparingly, okay, and only on the worst. Because it's it'll cut somebody down, guys.